The entire crypto market is exploding right now, but XRP holders are about to face their biggest test yet, and most will fail it miserably. If you're watching this, you've probably been holding XRP through all the ups and downs, dealing with FUD, regulatory fights, and questions about where the price is really going. You've seen charts that look promising one day and pull back the next, and you've heard all sorts of opinions on what comes next. But right now, things are starting to line up in a way that's worth paying attention to, with new information coming in from all sides, including a lot of noise and confusion. So I've put together a thesis that connects pieces in a fresh way. This isn't the same talk you've heard before. It's a view of XRP's situation based on signals that are showing up now, tied together like nobody else has done. In this video, I'm sharing a thesis that's different from anything out there, linking 5 key insights that build a picture of XRP's outlook nobody has fully laid out yet. I'll go through how market shifts, institutional moves, and other factors are coming together, each part of adding to the next to show why this time matters. And to make it clear, I'll bring in one chart that's not getting any attention, a combined look that's highlighting momentum in a way that slipped past everyone. By the end, you'll see why most people get this wrong and how to approach it differently. Stay with me because this could change how you think about XRP. Before we start, just a reminder that I am not a financial advisor and this video is for educational purposes only. Crypto is very risky, so make sure you do your own research and never invest more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, let's start with the first insight, which is that FUD around XRP is changing, but it's also becoming a sign of strength if you look closely. We've seen posts going viral claiming manipulation in XRP's price, like one that got 250,000 views pointing to large transfers between exchanges as proof of some scheme. They're talking about hundreds of thousands of XRP moving, calling it spoofing or deliberate suppression. But take a step back, this isn't a plot. It's how Ripple's on-demand liquidity works, moving XRP for settlements in real time. Whale trackers are showing whales picking up 900 million XRP during dips, adding to positions rather than dumping to lower the price. The idea of manipulation is overstated, spread to unsettle people who aren't checking deeper. The SEC lawsuit, which held XRP back for years, settled with a $50 million fine, down from $125 million. A lot of past pressure came from that uncertainty, not hidden forces. XRP's market cap is still pushing close to $200 billion, third in all of crypto, and daily trading volume is over $8 billion. For the army, this means FUD is a test of who stays focused, creating chances for those who see through it. That leads to the second insight. ETF inflows are shifting things in crypto, and XRP is set to draw in the next part of that capital. Look at Ethereum. Its spot ETFs pulled in $1 billion in one day, outdoing Bitcoin's $178 million by 10 times. This shows money moving from Bitcoin to assets with solid setups. XRP fits in. Grayscale's crypto snapshot showed XRP leading all altcoins with an almost 10% gain. Wisdom Tree's report adds to that. It highlighted XRP with 384% returns over the year. This outpaces both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this is all without XRP spot ETFs in play. The approval odds are now at 90%, and the SEC is streamlining their approval process to move things faster. Another big catalyst that we're waiting for is a rate cut from the Fed. According to Reuters, the likelihood of a cut in September is now close to 100% after new data shows good inflation pacing in July. But we've known that all along because we've been watching real-time inflation numbers closely here on FireHustle. A rate cut would make borrowing easier, and that would push capital into risk assets like XRP. For holders, this points to XRP having a shot at steady volume, and this resistance could become the base. And guys, speaking of volume and resistance, if you're trading in this market, don't forget to check out Margex for all your perpetual futures trading needs. It's important to have multiple exchanges, and having the right setup can make all the difference. Margex has been super reliable when things get volatile, and timing really matters. You'll get up to a 20% deposit bonus if you use the code FireHustle, and this will only be available for a limited time. The link is down below, and I would love to know what you guys think about the platform, so let me know in the comments as well. Now, let's move on to the third insight. Institutions are stepping up, and Ripple's actions are securing XRP's place in finance. Ripple's acquisition of Rail, handling 10% of stablecoin transactions, links XRP to systems like SEPA, Fedwire, and Swift, opening paths to trillions. But Ripple is already building its position in the RWA narrative. The RLUSD stablecoin launched at the end of last year, and it's already the 11th biggest stablecoin in terms of market cap. There's already almost $650 million worth of this stablecoin on the chain. And just look at the monthly growth in the market cap and monthly active addresses. We're compounding here. And then there's assets tokenized on the XRP ledger. There's almost $200 billion worth on chain now. But the amount isn't the important part. Look at the growth versus last month. This is growing at a very rapid rate, and we're going to see the compound effect here too. Who's tokenizing these assets on the XRP ledger? Ondo Finance, one of the biggest RWA protocols in all of crypto. Archax, the UK's first regulated digital asset exchange, broker, and custodian. Mercado Bitcoin, Latin America's top digital asset platform. Vert, the top securities firm in Brazil. The list goes on. For the army, this means XRP is getting built into the system, creating a pull that could keep this price base solid. This ties into the fourth insight, where rotation in the market is the main driver. And one chart nobody's discussing shows it plainly. People usually look at these in isolation, but layer the ETH to BTC ratio with XRP and XRP trading volume, and it reveals something. The yellow line is the price of XRP, and the purple line is the ETH to BTC ratio. Just look at how strong this correlation is. When we see ETH starting to outperform Bitcoin, at the same time we see XRP's daily volume spike, and that drives price appreciation. This isn't random. Money is rotating to altcoins and XRP is in the flow. The crypto market cap breaking past 4 trillion sets the stage, and XRP's gains shows it's part of it. And you probably noticed here that the ETH to BTC ratio is pushing up again, and although XRP is also moving up, there's a bit of a gap. This means that XRP has to catch up. The money is flowing, and we should expect that movement to continue into XRP. XRP Army, this chart is your battle cry. When the price of other altcoins correlate to this ratio, then they're capturing the flow of money. You can go and do some digging yourself to see which ones do and which ones don't. These are the type of things we talk about in the FireHustle VIP Discord. If you're finding these insights helpful and want to level yourself up with even more alpha, then definitely come join me in there. My team and I are working around the clock to provide the absolute best value for the community. Just look at what we've been cooking up here. Everyone's super happy with what we've put together. The feedback has been great and we're always improving. The link is down below. Come and give it a try. Finally, the fifth insight brings it home. The SEC settlement isn't closure, it's actually more the start of price discovery. That lawsuit was the chain holding XRP down, but the final ruling with Ripple paying just $50 million instead of the $2 billion the SEC wanted broke it wide open. Look at the numbers. XRP's open interest in futures markets jumped up, showing traders are betting big on what's next. And even with this market potentially putting us up at a local top, whales are still buying. Compare that to Ethereum, where 20% of holders sold off during its recent ETF outflows. XRP's strength comes from its real use cases, moving $2 trillion in cross-border payments since RippleNet launched, with over 200 banks like Standard Chartered testing it. New US crypto laws like the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act are setting clear rules, while Ripple's RLUSD is already live in Singapore, handling $500 million in daily volume. The golden rule is that you always have to follow the money, and Ripple is pushing to become the backbone of the global money movement. The path looks a lot more clear now. For you holders, this is your moment to tune out the noise and focus on the data. Taking a step back, these 5 insights, from FUD as a test to ETF flows, institutional builds, market rotation via the chart, and SEC as a launch, form a thesis that's standing out. That layered chart, blending ETH to BTC with XRP, is your tool to spot the changes early. XRP Army, you've held through the rough parts, and this challenges that resolve. Brush off the chaos, verify every bit, and stay on the data. In a bull run like this, patience eventually meets opportunity. If you made it this far in the video, then please share in the comments which insight stood out. I read every single comment. There's never a shortage of information and news when it comes to XRP. I'm always researching and trying to make my thesis better and better. The key is to connect the dots rather than just looking at isolated metrics and bullish news. If you got value out of this video, then be sure to subscribe for more breakdowns and stay tuned for updates. And if you're interested in more alpha like this, then come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description below. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Do your research and trade smart. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.